We're going to need the conscious community before it's all said and done. I'm going to tell you why. Y'all come on in, hit the like button, do what you got to do. Copy, link, and share. Today is Thursday. Feel more like a Friday. Welcome to my channel. If you come by on the replay, please attentively listen before you judge, okay? It's a lot going on, and I really do feel like my voice is needed in a time and day like today. Let me see if I can go back live on Facebook. Let me see, because Facebook done, um, I don't know. Oh, Lord. So they are talking about what you was talking about in Long Island, New York, where I'm at right today. What part of what I was talking about, girl? Tell me what part, girl. Because I just got off of Facebook Live, honey, and I was turned. And my volume left, so I had to leave. I'm going to read a comment from one of my Facebook friends. She just posted. Which part of what I was talking about last night, girl? Honey, because we get ready to do some talking right now. Telling you right now. Before it's all over with, we going to need the conscious community. Y'all hit why I can't see the comments? Y'all hit share and copy link for me, please. What's wrong with my charger? Come on, charger. Oh Lord. They're not good. It's not working. Oh Lord. Honey, do I have another one? I ain't got another one in the house. Hold on. Okay, they were talking about the racial profiling, the regentification, everything. They don't want to let black people go to certain schools in certain parts of Long Island. All over here, we had a bomb threat in whatever that is, Long Island. Kids cannot go to school at the high school for a whole day. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's a lot going on. And I said, like I said this morning in my other live, this is what this live is about. We're going to need the conscious community. The black folks are going to need the conscious community before it's all said and done. Because right now, as the majority, I believe that the majority of good morning, Tara. Good morning. Y'all hit share, copy link, share, copy link. Do it for me about 10 times a piece so we can get some viewers in here. But I believe that we as Black America, we don't have real warriors because most of us are church people, and church people don't have a backbone. That's my thought. And we're gonna go from there. We're gonna go from there. Before it's all said and done, we're going to need the conscious community because we need some warriors. We need warriors, honey. Every army, every group of people need warriors. And right now, with what's going on in our country, Stacey said, I concur. What's going on in our country right now, we can't consider ourselves as them because they have isolated us. They are defunding Black America. They are taking away our history. They are doing that. They are not allowing Black people to come to Washington, to the White House. They are doing that. They are partnering with other presidents in other parts of the world that don't like Black and brown people. They are doing it. Let's be clear. There will be no manipulating and gaslighting over here. There will be none of that. What is happening in our country right now, they are doing that. And Cheryl Gabowski is speaking on that. Cheryl Gabowski is speaking on that. All right, so I'm going to have to go find a charger because this is not going to charge and this going to die. So I was going to let Facebook come and hang out with us. It's 6 people in here. Can y'all hit the fucking like button? Please. Hit the like button, please. Let me let me see. Hello, guys. Hello. On this awesome Tuesday morning. I thought today. Listen, I just want to check in with y'all. It's been some days. almost a week since I was live on Facebook. All right, we still got 6 viewers. We got 3 likes. Y'all like the using my social media. Hold on, y'all. Here on Facebook, not so. Hold on. Not so big. Let me go get a charger. Y'all be right back. Followers are on YouTube, but I'll let y'all listen to the audio from this morning. Have a conversation. I'll be right back. Guys, and especially the Christians. Y'all need to hit share and copy link. YouTube is suppressing my lives. It's a big deal, and I'm literally up for the conversation with Christians, and I want y'all to answer as far as why are y'all supporting why are y'all supporting these people who are anti-black? So it's almost like the Christians are undercover MAGA. Still got 5 viewers. So if y'all are saying, okay, they liked it. What's happening in this world is happening because the Bible says so. You're part of the problem. Okay. Because Netanyahu, hold on, is saying the same thing. All right. He's saying that he's supposed to. All right, let me go out of there and let me see if I can go live on Facebook at the same time. But they might have. So he's supposed to hold on. Take Israel. Hold on. That's what he said. Take it. So he don't just take it. I don't want the audio to play. And ask the people to leave. I want to see the comment. That's how it's taken. So. But I want to mute the audio. It's cold. We got to go back the other way. Shit. How do I do that? Oh, we got 10 viewers. Hello, y'all. Yes, I'm not scared. You better breathe. They liked it, Miss Cheryl. What's up, Viper? On my end, it's got 6 likes. Are you cooking ribs soon? Probably not. I could, though. Maybe this weekend. Oh, so Gail says, oh, absolutely. You're correct. They're coming for us. It's always been about us. Henderson, North Carolina is where you will find a compound built. There's a compound built here, close to where I am in Henderson, North Carolina. They're using it now for training. This plan didn't just start. They know, keep them in the know. Okay. All right. All right. Done with that. So what Gail was telling me, that there is a compound right here where she said Henderson. So that's about 45 minutes away. And so what I'm saying is we're going to need the Black conscious community. We're going to need them. Because they're very, number one, they're very anti-Bible. And this is the part that the Christians don't understand. Let me see if I can go live on Facebook. I want them to hear this too. This is the part they don't understand. They're very anti-Bible. Jennifer and Pumps over on iHip News, the 2 white ladies, they're anti-Bible too. They're anti-Bible too. Lots of people, lots of millions of people. What's up, Daisy? Are anti-Bible. The way that we gonna get out of this, is to become anti-Bible. That's the only way. Because see, right now, the way that man has gotten to office is by pretending to be a religious person or a Christian. That's how he got in there. So he used that dog whistle, the Stephen Miller and Stephen Bannon. They use that dog whistle, which is hello. I'm talking about you, Christians, because we're Christians. We're anti-gay and we're anti-immigrants. So we're Christians, and so we want all of you Black unsuspecting Christians not realizing that we as white nationalists and white supremacists, we've been meeting the whole time. We've never stopped talking. We've never stopped believing that you guys are animals. We never stopped believing that you guys need to be controlled. We never stopped believing that we are to have authority and power over you. We never stopped believing that. We never stopped. But we're going to use you and your Christian brain to help us get our agenda passed. And then once we are into power and everybody is in position, then we're going to put you in the jails and the concentration camps, and your children and your sisters and brothers and your husbands are going. That's plain as day. That's plain as I can get it. All right. Hold on. Let me see if we can go live on Facebook. I don't think so, but we're going to try. We down to 2 viewers. What is going on? Can y'all still hear me? Or is anybody still there? Stacy, are you still here? Okay, so I'm back live on Facebook. Okay. Are y'all still here? Let me know. Um, I think I'm gonna put you guys. All right, let's see. Stacy, you still here? Okay. Can you hit share and copy link for me? We still need our viewers in here. We still need our viewers. We still need the viewers. Let me put Facebook up here. I look crazy too. Okay, we put y'all up high so y'all can see me. Okay, because we get ready to talk about this, and we're gonna be doing this every day. Okay, we're gonna be doing this every day. We struggle streaming a little bit. Oh my God, Burger is doing her thing. Okay, so I guess we might have to be down there like that, and there's Facebook up there like that. Hello, Facebook. Hello, and let's see if we can move this cord. Let's see if we can do that. All right, we got that one out the way and that one out the way. So we good now. Y'all, don't forget to like the video. We're gonna, hey Janet, hey girl. I'm live down here on YouTube and I'm live on Facebook, okay? And they look totally different, by the way. But black people are going to need, black church people we are going to we're going to need the conscious community after a while. After a while. Because when it comes to the largest group of us as African Americans, most of us are religious. Most of us subscribe to the Bible. Most of us go to church, but for the ones that don't, you still have your Bible. Stacy said, I've been saying this for years, Cheryl. That's fact. Have you? Can I ask you, Stacy, how old are you? I'm just curious. I want to know. I was on YouTube, but I don't think you could see me. No, I couldn't see you. I couldn't see you on YouTube. You was here this morning? Hey, oh my God. Hey, Poopy Pie. How you doing? Janet, were you here this morning? I'm talking too loud. Y'all excuse me. Well, if I get to talking too loud, just let me know. Henderson, they were hanging people. That's what we got land at on my father's side. My mother's side is in Parkton and in Hope Mills. Okay, you see 9 viewers. I see 6, and I see 2 on Facebook. So we're going, and listen, no, I have not heard this on a podcast. I've not listened to Jennifer or Pumps or Joy Reid or Roland Martin or Don Lemon. Or Midas Touch. I've heard none of them say this. But let me just tell you right now so you'll know. We have been talking about the conscious community now for years. And we said, I don't know what's wrong with them children. I don't know what's wrong with them. We've been saying, they won't come to church and they won't do that. They are very anti-religion. They are very anti-church. And they also, and this is the way that blacks are going to stand up. Now, I've never said this before. I gotta say this because I know that this is true. I used to care about making comments like this before. Now I don't. Now I register that this is the time. This is the appointed time to go ahead and speak this out loud. And I'm just gonna go ahead and tell. my peers and anybody who's listening, we as African Americans, we're going to need the conscious community. Okay? We're going to need them. We're going to need them. Those are our warriors. And the reason why you say, well, Cheryl, why are they the warriors? Because they have taken a big, humongous stand against white supremacy. So when I say white supremacy, then right on the side by side, the twin of white supremacy is religion, is the King James Bible. White supremacy, King James Bible, same thing. Same thing. You cannot separate it. The black church has been trying to separate it for years. There is no separation. They took the African book. I want y'all to say it. Say it. I want you to start hearing yourself repeat that. The Old Testament is an African book. They took the African book and they took the African people. Okay? And then they brought it to America and then they whitewashed it. You understand me? So they made it white. It's the white perspective of the African book. It's the white take on the African book. It's a transference of power. They took the power from the blacks and they turned it into white. And Janet got up here the Ethiopian Bible. They didn't give us the Ethiopian Bible. They gave us the King James Version. They didn't give us the Ethiopian Bible. They gave us the King James Version. And some of us now are just hearing it for the first time. Janet, how long have you been knowing about the Ethiopian Bible? And I've got a couple of friends that know about it. I still have to study Ethiopian Bible, but it's on my list. I guess I'll go get me one. But I'm not looking for God in a book. Let me say that again. I am not. I say I'm excited. I am not looking for God in a book. I am not. I will never look for God in a book. Never. Not doing it. Because number one, God didn't write it. Let me do what I know that I am equipped and powerful enough to do and called to do. God has never written a book. Let's say that. I will not look for God in a book. Don Lemon, I just bumped into him in Long Island, but the UBS Center where they play hockey at. Oh yeah, he's coming here. He'll be in Raleigh on the 4th of April. I'm not looking for God in a book. If you are looking for God in a book, you can expand your perspective by reading a book and tapping into ideas about God, but you don't find God in a book. I don't care what kind of book. No. At the end of the day, the bottom line is man wrote the books. Okay? I know they have completely different gospels than what's made into the King James Version. I think it's important to read as many versions as possible. Well, if you want to. But I'm not looking for God in a book because therefore I get lost. Therefore, I'm kind of wasting time because I'm going back in history and the people that I'm talking about, they've come off the pages. They're like in flesh and blood and they're writing executive orders. And they're planning for the next 100, 200 years. And they're building mass prisons and concentration camps, in my opinion, for blacks. That is the end goal. It is. They want to stay in power. And so if you have this big old power structure, if you have this big old power structure, I got to finish my thought because I be watching my videos and sometimes I don't finish my thought, but that's part of how my brain get the. But if you have this powerful power structure and you're on the top just like a triangle, so you see my hands at the bottom, so there's the bottom of the triangle. Somebody got to be at the bottom. That's going to be black people as far as they see it. This is as far as they are writing and planning. This is their plan. Okay? And for us to sit around, is the Bible of the 1800s, if they would have put it in Google, we would have known you can't even find the Bible anywhere. You can't even find that Bible anywhere. Yeah, I get all of that, but we just gotta kind of get away from that. You see what I'm saying? We've had these religious writings for so long with these same books. And I don't know about the Ethiopian Bible because I haven't read it. But I know that white supremacy is not going to make blacks equal with them. They're not going to go somewhere and sit down and say, okay, well, I'm going to give you your stuff back. That's not how it works. And even though you are indigenous to the land, and we were wrong from taking it from you so you can have your land back, there is a group of white people that would rather die than to do that. They're going to keep on fighting. This is the craziest thing, that my video is being suppressed, and I know that it is. I've never been on a live with two people. Never. But I don't give a fuck if it's zero. Because I didn't remember, I didn't come to social media for money. I came to speak my truth. That's what I came for. And I'm going to do that. Regardless. YouTube, Facebook don't matter. Instagram don't matter. I guess I start going live on Instagram. We're going to, as African American people, we're going to need the conscious community. We're going to need them. The black men in the church are not what we need. They are not ready. We need warriors. We're at the point now, for the last 50 years, it was okay to exogee a text and use homiletics and consider that to be warrior type thing. It was okay, but not now. We need real warriors. We need people that understand that that Bible is not authentic, and that they actually used it and whitewashed it, that the Bible, the King James Bible in itself, is white supremacy. When you come up with Mark, Luke, John, and Matthew, those are all white boys. Those are all white boys. And there were no white people at that time. It is so hard to actually speak this. The word is not going to protect us. There's no protection in it. We protect ourselves until black people understand that there is nobody that's coming to save you. It is a lie that the white people has imprinted inside of you so that you would look to the heavens and the stars. So that you wouldn't look inside yourself. God is in you. You don't pray to God outside of you. You don't keep running to a book. They've separated our consciousness. They've made you go on a witch hunt to find God, and God was always at home in you. Nobody's coming to save us. We're going to need the conscious community. We're going to need the warriors. Phyllis said, amen, Cheryl, preach. Nobody's coming to save us. Nobody. And the quicker we get out of that mindset, that is, we need new pathways in our brain. We have been brain damaged by indoctrination. What does it mean to indoctrinate? What does it mean to indoctrinate? Why do people doctrinate? Okay, So the reason why the colonizers indoctrinated, because they wanted power and control. They needed our bodies, and they needed us to believe that Jesus was white and that the master was right. They needed that, and they got it too. And they enforced it by brutality, unalivings, hangings, whippings. That's how they enforced it. Okay? Now, those same type people have resurfaced in a very out there type way. Same people. These are the same people. Same energy, same spirit, same thing. You taking babies from their mothers. You're putting people in cages. You are unaliving folks, where they show from the satellite at that prison that looked like that big old puddle of red fluid. Everything that was done to us who, Cheryl? Us, is being done right now in 2026 as soon as that person took leadership in this country. So what they do is, first they imprison our mind. The Bible Belt is crazy. I didn't even know about a Bible Belt until my white husband at the time, we're divorced now, until he said, oh, well, yeah. When I was telling him about my religious world, he said, oh, yeah, you're part of the Bible Belt. So so think about a belt. What does a belt do? A belt holds your pants in place tight around the waist. It's a belt. It's a binding agent. It's a binding agent. So the Bible Belt has binded the minds of African American people for years. I used to be one. So I'm not just speaking to the wind. I used to teach it. I used to believe that in it was my salvation, and in it I would reach my promised land, and in it the other people around me would too. That there was peace, calm, prosperity, love, validation, everything in it. I used to think that too until I really studied it. And then when I really studied it and I observed how it is used, even in the black churches, now the black churches, the pastors are your masters. Black people worship their pastors. It is worship. It is validation that the narcissists need both male and female. Black people have been so afraid to even confront their pastors. Black people have been nervous to death because if the pastor didn't tell them it was all right, then it won't all right. And then if they mustered up enough nerve to leave the church because they felt like they were being abused, then they left the church broke down and afraid that punishment was going to come upon them. So now the white colonizers used the Bible for power and control, gave that same energy and pathological mental illness to the black pastors, and then they did it to the black people at large. And here we are right now. Black church in Alabama, let that white boy walk in there. Everybody say they know God. Everybody say they know God. I know God. I know God. I hear God. I see God, Cheryl. I got my Bible. I know what God is saying, Cheryl. I'm a spirit-filled, tongue-talking believer, Cheryl. I've been walking with God for a long time, Cheryl. The Lord showed me this, and the Lord showed me that. And that boy walked right in there and unalive all he wanted to, because you really didn't know God. You really didn't see God. Because what you doing it with? That King James Bible? Huh? Some people say to me, well, Cheryl, what? And I love, like I'm used to so many more people being in the live, but I don't know. It's just something about this. It's more intimate. It's more to the point. And the people that are here want to be here. I don't have to worry about them trolls, honey. I don't have to worry about them trolls. But this is what has been done. So what have we been doing? What have we been doing? What, as the black people, what have we been doing? We've been opening up businesses. We've been educating ourselves. We've been opening up businesses. We've been educating ourselves. We've been opening up churches and putting other people to sleep. So the live that I did last night was about black people putting black people to sleep. Every time you tell them that, look at that Bible, which the colonizers gave you, which they whitewashed, is white supremacy. Look in there for your answers. So look to the colonizers. It's their book. They took it, they edited, they did what they wanted to do. They changed the meaning. They wrote themselves into power. They made the white Jesus. So go to the colonizers for what God is saying. And now, in 2025, the black people, the black church, helped put that man in control when their agenda was to stomp the black people out. And you helped them do it because you had your Bible. And you keep on looking into it for God. God is not in a book. God is not in the book. You're the book. You're the book. You're the book. Well, let me go into my Bible and let me turn to Hebrews chapter 3, verse 16. And I want y'all to sit down for the reading of God's word. No, your word is God's word. You're the living thing, not the book. They even said in there, they call it a living word. And it's not. At the end of the day, the colonizer comes. And basically he's saying, this is what they're saying. These people, you black church, have been brainwashed. You built these pathways in your brain. Now this ain't no joke. This is real. This is a real binding agent. It's like they say that the threefold cord is not easily broken. So if you take three cords and you wrap them around each other, then they become real strong. That's what's going on in your brain right now. Even as I talk, you're saying, wait a minute, Cheryl, if you take the Bible from me, if you take the word of God, if you take church from me, then where is God, Cheryl? Where is God? Where is God, Cheryl? Cheryl, where is God? God is you. God is in you as you. Why do I keep having to tell y'all this? Huh? These people have created these pathways in our brain, and they are powerful. And it's not okay, because what people are going through now, the immigrants, we've already went through that. God is within you, but God presents itself, and we don't say a it because we're not calling God a he, even though I do it out of habit. God is presenting itself as you. Because who do y'all see on the screen right now? You see me, right? So I'm alive, right? I'm alive. I'm living. The very life that we have, right? That's in us, and that is in our food. You know, you got some food that's called life food, and you got some food that's called dead food. So fried chicken is dead food. So it does not nourish your body. There's no nourishment in it. Versus an apple, an orange, some asparagus, a carrot, lettuce, beans. That's a live food. You say, what does that mean? Sure, food that came from the ground. Food that came from the ground. It's nutrients in it. It's the same thing as your body. And so when you eat it, it gives your life. It gives your body life. Versus a piece of pastry with sugar on it that was baked in the oven, or a donut, or a slice of cake. There's no nourishment in that. And actually, it kills the cells of the body. Right? So what I'm saying is, the very spirit of life itself is in me, and it's in you, and it did not come from the Bible. The Bible is a book that is leather and wood. the paper. You are the representation of God in the earth. It is you. Good morning, Sierra. It is you. When I want to talk to God, I can call you and have a conversation with you. What does a conversation sound like? It can sound like anything, long as it's true. It could be anything. We can talk about anything as long as it's true. As long as I'm being authentic and you're being authentic. We having conversations together and we're talking about God with the God in me and the God in you, about truth, about life, about revelation that has been revealed to us, and not the book, not that. Those are other people's stories. What is your story? If we always have to check into everything we do, running it through those pages, and who, again, you got to go back to the beginning. You got to go back to the beginning. You always got to, what is the purpose of this thing? And who was in charge of this? What did they have in mind about it? Because we know what they did, right? So then we know what they had in mind. What did y'all give us this for? Because you didn't do anything else good for us. You took everything you could from us. You took us out. You took our bodies from our homes. You took us from everything that we know and everything that we knew and everything that we loved. You stripped us down. You had us naked in the streets, and then you beat us. Then you separated us. Then you took our children and you raped our men and women. You cooked us. You made recipes. They're cooking. We found out not too long ago that they're cooking people. They've been cooking people. They've been eating people the whole time. Me and you, we would never eat a fucking person. Like, are you crazy? Too much food out here in the world to be eating humans. Why do they want to do it? See, that's what I'm saying. So I tried. I can't have this conversation in the church. There's no room for it. They don't want to hear it. Their ears are deaf to what is true. They're still running off a master's program. They're still running off the program. They're still running off a master's program. In the name of Jesus, I have the victory. And it sounds good. And it feels good. In the name of Jesus. Precious name of Jesus. And of course, Satan, you have to flee. Who is Satan? Good morning, Aaron Jones. Who is Satan? What is that? Satan gotta be them, the colonizers. Don't you think? Who else would unalive folks, whip people, whip their skin down to the bone, tear up the flesh and the muscles all the way down to the bone, cut off feet and hands, put harnesses of metal around their neck like they're cattle, eat their children, rape their women and men in front of the wives and children. So they want to take this out of the history book for what? No. Because what they're going to do is they want to repeat it. But they want us to dumb down, to stay dumbed down like the church is doing people right now. They want us to not believe that that's what they really want to do. How many motherfucking times they got to show us who they are? How many? How many more years does it take? How many more years will it take? Will it take 5 more years? Will it take 10 more years? Will it take 15, 20 more years? How many more years will it take for us to understand that we need warriors? We need more than Harriet Tubman and Nat Turner, which they ate him. They ate him. They ate him up. Literally. They chopped him up and they sat down and they feasted. If they keep us complicit and scared to speak up, they stay winning. Honey, Roland Martin said, I was listening to Roland Martin this morning about 5:30 this morning. And there was a congresswoman on his show, And when our president took over the Kennedy Center, she said, oh no. She said, this narcissist has got the other Congress people and the other politicians, both men and women, he's got them afraid of him. She say she's right there where they are. She said they are afraid. But she said she could never be afraid. And she took him to court. So I think yesterday we were supposed to find out whether or not the judge is going to allow that center to remain in his name, because now that he closed the center down, and all of those black people and all of that history and all those people who sing for a living and perform for a living that perform there at the Kennedy Center, they're without jobs now. Not to mention the 300,000 black women that they fired when Elon Musk went over there into the education department with Doge and those computers and the young people and took all of our damn information. And what do y'all think they're going to do with that? Somebody said something last night about the mark of the beast. We probably already got that. But I tell you what, we're not going to win until we get away from that indoctrination and that theology and give them back their Bible. Give it back. Just say, listen, you guys can have it back. You can have it back. We don't want it anymore. We don't need it. Take it. Because they don't believe it. They don't believe it. How the fuck? Facebook, YouTube, how do they believe it and do what they have done to the immigrants? Jesus said, love your neighbor as yourself. That's in their Bible. They never believed it from day one. They never believed it. They want you to believe it so that they can stay in power and control over you. And then when you steer from it, then they come back in condemnation and use those pathways in your brain and your weak conscience and bring you right back into it. I'm telling y'all right now, until you divorce that Bible and that theology, because that's the belt that binds you and holds you and pull you back in there. Now, they don't see it the same way. They only cherry pick what is convenient for their current argument. That means that they don't believe it. They don't believe it. That's just like, for instance, I hate to simplify it like that, but it's just like having the ingredients, all the ingredients to bake a cake, right? And you only use 2 ingredients versus 7 ingredients. That cake ain't going to be right. It's not going to be a real cake. It's not. So you can't just pick like that. You got to follow the program, and them not following it and cherry picking it makes me know that they don't believe it. Did y'all hear that? Them not following it and cherry picking it makes me think they don't believe it. Now I got to tell y'all about this, because this is how I feel in my heart, and I know it's true. Oh God, hold on. Most black preachers preach it for prosperity. Most black preachers preach it for money. That's how black people started becoming prosperous. It benefited the pastor. Performative religion for financial gain. Yes. It benefited the pastor. No, it benefited the master. What's up, big boss in the building? It benefited the master to allow the black pastor to flock the congregation, teach them. Because in doing that, then black pastor, would indoctrinate the congregation and fulfill white supremacy. It would put a hook in the black people in the South, in the Bible Belt, an everlasting hook that it would take so many years until the until black people went into higher levels of education and began to study theology, for one, began to study the theology, and number two, go back to the origin, and they find out, and through that, some kind of way, the conscious community was birthed through knowledge and information, which debunked the white supremacists King James Bible. It debunked it and brought it down into a level that it was supposed to be on. Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Y'all were not supposed to treat black people like this, and black people are the real Jews anyway. See? And look at what we got going on now. Look at what we got going on now. Now, this color folks that say they are Jews are over there, just like they did here, unaliving those people, those brown people. These people are unaliving those people over there in the Middle East, just like they did here. And they are saying that God told them to do it. And the churches, when you go into the churches, if you don't hear them talking about what's going on, and they say they can't talk about it because of the government, or they can't talk about it because the people won't understand, it is your job, pastor, evangelist, bishop, apostle, teacher. It is your job to tell them what's going on. But you have to come over here and find somebody like Cheryl Grabowski who's going to speak truth to you and let you know your pastor is preaching to you for money. But there might come a day and a time that you guys look for your pastor, and they done took their money and converted it into coins, and they gone. They out of here. They left the country and everything. They can't take their congregation. They're not going to take their congregation. And the reason why a pastor would do that, let me go back one more time. The colonizer is the white supremacist, the Bible. And let me put one more piece into it. The colonizers, the masters, the Bible, the ones that enslaved people, put them on them boats and all that, those are psychopaths. When they edited and put the King James Bible out and didn't let people know that this is an African book, and then they turned Jesus white, that's what the psychopath gonna do. That's what he gonna do. And then he gonna present it to you the way that he want, because he's gonna control the narrative. Because he don't ask permission. Just like the ones in DC. They're not asking permission to do anything. So now, bombs are blazing. Didn't ask permission. Just did it. Just like those ones. And the church is still preaching about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and keeping people asleep. Descendants of Cain with no empathy for their fellow humans. No empathy at all. None. None. When you think about all of what's going on right now, and this the thing, y'all. We are almost looking at it like a movie. But it's not a movie, though. It's not a movie. It's real. It's happening in real life, in real time. It's not a movie. And if the black lady said about the president when it came to the Kennedy Center, she said you can't let narcissists do what they want. You don't realize what they want? That's what I'm saying to the black church. Y'all don't realize what they want? They want you. They want your children. They want your husband. They want your grandkids. They want your family. Not the immigrants. They want you. They want you. Facebook. They want you. You ain't gonna catch me unaware. You're not gonna catch me sleeping. Because I know what they want. I talked to a friend of mine. He is from the conscious community. Makes you think about how Harriet Tubman had to hold people at point to get them to flee to freedom. Girl, yes. My grandbaby Ashley has been so much into Harriet Tubman. She done found everything on the internet that she can find about Harriet Tubman. And that's another thing about our children. Please, instead of telling them to read about what the Bible says, can you please let them read history? Please. Please. Oh my God. Big Boss said, I'm with you, sure, girl. Somebody said, who is that? Miss Johnson said, 1000% true. It's all true. It's true over here. It's going to be true over here. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I've been told y'all a long time ago, I could have went back into the church world, played the church game. I'm very, very talented and made me lots of money and lived on a hill somewhere and got all the validation and the accolades. I could have done that. I can't do it because I know it's not real. I can't do it. Teaching the kids about history so they can see it before it repeats itself. That's why I'm here today. That's the whole purpose for me being here, because we're not doing that. And it's coming, I think, I'm not going to say it's coming a day and a time because it's already here now, that when people say, well, girl, I'm going to go to church because it just makes me feel better. Let me interpret that for you. I'm going to church because I need to pretend that what I see and what I observe and what I feel from what's going on in the reality is too much for me. So I'm going to go to church and pretend that everything is all right instead of using my mind and my energy, because that's what I do, to figure out what my next move, what I'm going to do. Because I have 3 sons and 1 adult daughter. All of them are grown and they have children. I don't want a motherfucking soul that's going to hurt my children and my grandkids because they are psychopaths and they think that brown people and black people are nothing. I don't know what else this administration could have done to let us see and realize how the fuck they feel about us. I'm going to church so people will see how good I am. I think some people do think that. But I don't care about how good you are. I only care about how true you are. I don't care about the good. That's performative. Anybody can play like they good. Do y'all know how many fucking people I know that do that all the time? People getting an emotional high from going to church walk out and relapse all the time. That's why I say it's like thank you for saying that, by the way. So here on my channel, one of the things, not here, but on my new channel, one of the things that I'm going to be doing on the new channel is teaching y'all what to do with y'all's feelings so you won't have to reach out for a sorry nigga or church or addictions. In my case, it's extra food because that's what I do. So I'm going to teach y'all. We're going to do some emotion work on my other channel because I got to prepare a video from y'all and just kind of show y'all how to get down in your soul. Because see, we go to church and we go to other things. We go to people. Anything outside of you for emotional regulation is a crutch and it's hurting you. Anything. I don't care what it is. It's the same type of people who live for 12-step meetings after getting sober. Yes, It's like they're addicted to affirmations and an echo chamber of to reassure their thoughts. And we too fucking old, Janet. We're too old. You mean at 55 years old, you need to, what's up, Nikki? You need to go and receive validation and music, the Hammond organ, and the mother back there that say, thank you, Chief. You know, all those in order to regulate you because your fucking husband done got on your nerves and your adult children at your house. So you put your clothes on and run over to the church and do your due diligence. Y'all, it's time out for that. We got these people over here that's trying to figure out how the fuck they gonna get rid of us in real life. And I want you to know that because that's what they're doing. They're sitting around tables. Hold on, Facebook. Don't go nowhere. They're sitting around tables with coffee and margaritas. And they're trying to think how they're gonna get rid of us. Or contain us. Mm-hmm. Yep. I tell my children all the time. I say, look, y'all pay attention. Pay attention now. Don't be paranoid, but pay attention. Don't be caught sleeping. Don't do it. Don't do it. We know that in the last year, we've had our African American, some of our boys, unalived and hung. And God knows the way they done took government contracts from black people. They looking for everywhere in the government to take funding back from black people, but at the same time, they reeking up all the government contracts they can find. They looking out for each other. They are defunding black America. They don't give a fuck how many degrees you got. And me and the boss lady over here, we were talking, and she said, sure, I think they started doing it before 2025. She said, I really do, because she's has a very professional job, high paying job. And they let her go, and she ain't been able to find, I mean, the woman is educated down to the bone. She ain't been able to find another fucking job. They came for black women. They taking government contracts from people who have done the work, done what they were supposed to do, and they're doing it because they are black. And we got black MAGA. We got black MAGA. They gotta be narcissists. They do. They gotta be pawns for them. Because at the end of the day, and this is gonna be my last point, at the end of the day, white MAGA and the administration is using certain black people because he still need their votes. The black Christian MAGAs. He still need it. So every now and again, he'll parade a black person up and through there, right? So that black MAGA look and say, he ain't racist. What else that man got to do? It's almost like, y'all women on the live, y'all can attest to this. It's almost like having a sorry ass man and you done turn a blind eye to how goddamn sorry he is. That's what's happening. We all can see that these people have defunded black America. They still coming for us. But that ain't all of what they want to do. Um, it was something else that I heard. What was it? About the voting. This one reason why I'm doing a live too, voting. Y'all, I'm in a pickle when it comes to voting, right? Because I still have my marital name, and it's not my birth name, and I'm divorced. Okay, so I need my original birth certificate, the original one with the 2 feet on it and the 2 seals. And on top of that, I have to have my passport in order to vote. So, what I'm saying is, all of that was behind them. They have been taking notes on African American people for years, right? They've just been watching us. They've been watching us. How they've been watching us, Cheryl? How the fuck you think? Social media. They've been watching everything, right? So the whole time they're trying to figure out how they gonna do this, anything that they could do to slow us down. Hey, sure, I'm subscribed. Looking forward to the next time. Oh, thank you, Johnson. Thank you. Anything that they could do to slow us down. Anything. So I gotta have a passport. Yes. So also I gotta have and I found this out not too long ago. But I gotta have the original birth certificate, which I don't have. So that has to be ordered. I found this out on Roland Martin show. That has to be ordered, and it takes a while for it to come back. So I'm getting working on that, and I got to have my passport. I got to have all that to vote in the primary. Yeah, got to have the passport and the original birth certificate, and that has to be ordered. I can't like go to the birth certificate office and get that. Hmm. They did that to slow people down from voting. So our vote, it does matter. It does. But the conscious community is so fucking. Because I see the reason why I know about it. I done went to get the birth certificate, the new one, but it's still not good enough. I got to have the one with the 2 feet print on it and the 2 seals. So I got to get that in order to, and then my driver's license renewal. So I got a lot to do for the primary. But they doing a whole, they playing for keeps. I'm just saying I need y'all to get into the game. That's all I'm saying. You see, I'm doing my research. You see what I'm doing, right? I'm talking to y'all. I'm getting my shit straightened out. I'm I'm holding. I gotta speak about the church. I gotta do that because they keeping people asleep. They said they were going to make it harder for blacks to vote. Yes, Janet says that on Facebook. Yes, and they have done that. They have done that. Why are you bothering? I'm black. I was born right here where I am. Wake Med. I saw it on my birth certificate today. What was it called? It won't call Wake Med. It was called something else. Crazy name. But I was born right here. Like my mama was born here. She died here. Like we from here. No, so why am I got to prove to you that I'm a citizen to vote? That's enough. Driver's license should have been enough by itself. Speak your piece, Miss Grabowski, and you can't get no blacker than North Carolina, not unless you are from Louisiana, the deep south. Yeah, I'm one of the blackest women you'll ever meet, right? So, like I said last night on the live last night, we can't ever forget where we come from and what has happened to us. I think a lot of us were just like chilling, you know, but you can't. Janet says, I'm in Chicago and we voted Tuesday and they said that in the news. Okay. Virginia, I think Virginia is voting today, aren't they? And she can fry some chicken. Lord knows she can fry some chicken. But the children, the people in South Carolina don't, those are the real cookers. When I meet you, I'm going to give you a hug. Oh, that would be nice. I love hugs. I love hugs. So anyway, y'all govern yourselves accordingly, baby, because these people are not playing games, and we don't need the black conscious community. I've been around for some 75 times now. I gotta prove I was born in Florida. Yeah, yeah. It's terrible. Why we got to prove any motherfucking thing? We got a driver's license. It ain't that. And this is the thing. This is the thing. Um, they act like that the immigrants were doing all this fake this voting. That's not true. That's not true. Them immigrants won't vote like that. You probably got a vote or two or three in here and there. Those immigrants wasn't voting like that. This is towards to keep black people from voting. And also at the same time, just hold that thought. We're going to keep black people from voting. Okay, they're not talking about all black people. They're talking about the conscious community. The ones, ooh, the ones that they've heard speak against white supremacy, white nationalists, that boat called Jesus Christ that brought the slaves over. They've been listening to black people talk about the real history. So they're trying to keep them from voting because they heard them say, just like I did, that they've disconnected from the grid. They don't eat nobody's meat out of no fucking grocery store. They're all eat vegan and vegetarian food. They prepare a lot of their food, grow a lot of their food. They're strong and healthy. They don't take nobody's pharmaceutical medications. They don't. And they research. And they buy guns. And they make sure that they're fast and strong. We are going, the church is going to need the conscious community when it's all said and done. Mm-hmm. Cheryl, girl, you know you're like a sister to me. I love you until the end of the ride or die, full throttle, always and forever. You so sweet. We gonna need the conscious community. We gonna need them. We gonna need them. We gonna need them. We gonna need them. We're gonna need them. We're gonna need them. I was listening to um, a podcast that was saying that all the investors on Wall Street have had a meeting. It's all about the meetings. And they have intention to buy all the single family homes, as many as they can in the United States. So they call the phone, they call people phones all the time. They text you, they send letters. They want to buy up all the single family homes. They want to make sure that black people stay renting. They want to make sure that we work on our jobs and we don't have any money left. That we're paying so much water bill, light bill, internet bill, rent, that we don't have anything left over. And they want to keep us in that loop to make sure that they get richer and richer because they don't want us to be able to get rich anymore. They have made sure that so many people, content creators, they are attacking people's social medias because a lot of times black content creators make 15, 20, 25, 35, 45, 55, 75, and $85,000 a month or more. They want to see if they can stop black people from making that kind of money on social media. Now, another thing they're gonna do, they're gonna come for the black church too. They're gonna come for the pastors, the black pastors after a while. Cause do y'all not know that I heard a white pastor that said that black pastors are not trained properly and they need to find them a white pastor to preach to them in their congregation. So that lets me know that they're having meetings to eventually write into law, figure out some kind of way to get the black preacher out of their own pulpit and put a white one up there. So master wants to come back to the church and he pastor the flock like he did originally. The church think they funny, but the white nationalists are hilarious. Mm. Yep. One a time, one a time. That the white preachers say, what'd you say about Lindsey Graham? Lindsey Graham is gay, isn't he? Doesn't he go to fly to Israel twice a month? Something going on with that. Sis, what about the stock market? The stock market is down right now. The investors from the stock market they're the ones that's buying up all the single family homes. They don't want us to own homes. And people are selling their houses to them. They say it's pretty bad. They say it's pretty bad. Crazy you mentioned South Carolina. Yeah. South Carolina, honey. Woo. And I just feel like I feel like there are lots of y'all gotta tell y'all friends and family. You gotta tell your friends and family, the people in North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, Louisiana, Georgia, us in the South, because they don't call us the Bible Belt for no reason. It's not just we're full of the Bible. It's not just that. It's also a lack of wanting to know what's really going on. And a lot of our people are in survival mode, still, just still in survival from back in the day. It's just sad. It's just sad. I don't know and then on top of that, I know y'all have noticed this, but our leaders are very quiet. Our leaders are quiet. What time is it? 12:24. Our leaders are really, really cool. Like, we don't really have much leadership anymore. Can y'all still hear me? Can y'all still hear me? Because when my live come in, the vocals go out. Can y'all still hear? I can hear you. Okay. Our leadership is quiet. Our everybody, Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey, everybody that was really vocal. Everybody quiet. They quiet. I knew the government was in black churches when they couldn't talk about gays anymore. The church is siding with the government. Hey, Lovey London! How you doing? What's up, Trinity? What's up in the building? Yeah, it's the same. I already told y'all, government and churches is the same thing. And I'm just gonna say this: just narcissists, narcissists. Cause why the fuck is all this stuff going on when all human beings deserve to have a nice place to stay, food to eat, um, health care, a decent job. All human beings, all of us. But we just can't seem to figure this shit out because of the narcissists and the psychopaths. They don't give a damn. And I feel like they have infiltrated the churches. Who is Nikki? Who is Nikki? Because I know you looking lovely, still spitting knowledge. I never left. I be here, LOL. I know you ain't gone nowhere, girl. Oh, that Nikki. Oh yeah, yeah, Nikki. Yeah, thank God for Nikki. What's happening? Nothing in here. Being a beautiful soul, minding my business, hanging out with my supporters and subscribers. That's what I'm doing. Staying in my own lane. Yep, that's what I'm doing. Living my life. Telling my children, telling y'all, oh my God, we gotta woohoo, we gotta pay attention. Don't let nobody put you to sleep. Mm-mm. So let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all think, because I'm not too fond of the Democrats either. I'm not too fond of the Democrats either. I'm not. Because I tell y'all this, and now I get to get my butt up. I gotta give me something to eat, a little piece of something to eat. And then I'm off tomorrow, y'all. We can hang out tomorrow. I guess I'm gonna have to cook for y'all tomorrow. Um, I'm not too fond of the Democrats because some of them are Republicans. Did y'all get that? I'm not too fond of the Democrats because some of them are Republicans. They only hold the Democrat type. Y'all, these people playing dirty. These people are playing dirty, but y'all know what my channel is mostly about. It's about narcissists. It's about facades. It's about masks. It's about narcissists being on stage in your life. What does that mean? That means that a person who is a Republican in their heart run as a Democrat, speak Democrat points, talk like a Democrat, and when it's time to vote, they vote like a Republican. That's what it is. They are all the same. I don't know what we're gonna do. You know, I don't. I just. I just. And the crazy shit about it, they can't do nothing without us. We the people collectively pay their fucking bills. For people to go into office, just like for preachers to go and get licensed and ordained to lead the flock, and for Republicans and Democrats to take office as senators and congressmen and women, and knowing that you're going to get into office in order to receive money from the APAC and to work with corporations and to be there as a politician to do their bidding instead of helping the fucking people. Narcissists. That's why, as an American citizen, need to take a stand or action. Yeah, we do. We really do. We really do. Cause when the last time somebody got at you and they stopped, just stopped on their own accord? It's their game. We just moving with their permission. When the last time somebody got at you and they just stopped without your pushback, you know? So anyway, y'all, kisses and hugs. Let me get my butt out of here and figure out get me a little snack. What does that say? Oh, I didn't see that. I believe that 100% they are sitting in the lower rooms, in the dungeons, in their secret society meeting. Damn right, girl. Damn right. And their meetings and their sit down is what I want to feature on this channel, which I do. Mhm. I speak to what they speak on secretly. Don't ask me how the fuck I do that, but that's what I do. I do that. I just sit down and focus. That's it. Sit down and focus. Just look at, observe what they are doing, what's happening. And then from there, I draw a picture. Also, it's the energy for me. It's the energy for me. Ooh, the energy is the energy of, I don't care what you think. You can't do anything about it. We're in charge and we'll kill you. That's the energy. And so we on this side, this is how we need to be. I see you. I heard what you said. I feel the vibes. And I'm going to be ready when you get here. Hmm. That's the energy. And also, if you think that you're going to come back around this time and enslave and torture us like you did the first time, it's not going to happen. I just hate it. I hate it that there is a group of people that is this way. I hate it. Because it don't have to be. It doesn't have to be. But at the same time, this is very spiritual, you know? It's very spiritual. And not possible. Janet said, not possible. Not this time, baby. Not this time. But the conscious community, they got our back, and the church is gonna see. The church gonna see. They gonna see. Because I think God is just like, you know, ooh. Mm-mm. But anyway, y'all, kiss a hug. Bye, Janet. Thank you for hanging in there with us on Facebook and everything. Y'all have a wonderful day. I got to get up out of here and find me something good to eat. And when we do take a stand, it might cause a civil war, but then let it be what it is. Nobody's going and getting into your cage. It's all love. Nobody's going and getting into your cage for no, nobody's doing that. Bye, girl. See you later. Have a wonderful day. Y'all have a wonderful day. I'll see y'all when I get off work. And I'll be getting off early today. I'll probably come back to the live today, but if not, certainly tomorrow. And I told y'all, so I wasn't able to do the live like I've been asking, like y'all asked me to. Sonya Boo, I told Sonya Boo that we gonna do the live around 11:30 every day. Girl, I've been working. I've been working. So I got off early this morning and I couldn't wait to get back to the house so I can do the live. Anyway, I'll see y'all tonight. Kiss and hug. Don't forget to share the live and hit like and then leave me a comment too, y'all. We got to do some work to get out the hole that we landed in. We're in a hole. This is work too, Nikki. This is the work that I love. I would love to get paid for doing this, but anyway, another day and another time. Bye, guys. Y'all have a good day. Bye, Mr. Time. I know. Yep.